roll, do a somersault.
Every parent's worst nightmare.
Good job.
And that's when I freaked out.
Is now everyday life for Danielle Deming.
Some days it's just, kind of, you go from one thing to the next and it just feels natural until bedtime. Because then it's like, okay, haven't heard mommy, It's different.
The Syracuse mother's nightmare began in the early evening on September 11th this year. She was home with her precious 2-year-old, Amaya Bedreau, on what seemed like a normal night.
We all sat at the table eating our pizza, and she was being goofy as always. And as we were finishing up, she said, "All right, Mommy, I want to go get Madagascar," because that was her favorite movie.
And in an instant, life as she knew it changed forever.
I heard the huge crash of the TV, and I just kind of looked at him and I said, "What the hell was that?" And then it hit me and I had the sinking feeling because I didn't hear her screaming.
An older model television set weighing about 115 pounds had crushed her little girl.
To see just her body from her neck down and the TV laying on her head. And so that's when I just had to throw the TV off of her, and I tried to get her to talk to me or respond. And she was pretty much gone by then.
Now, looking back, you've actually had some time to reflect and think about what happened. What do you think actually happened that night?
All we can think is that she must have opened the bottom drawer, stepped on it, which altered the balance and just made the TV go falling over on top of her. Plus, with the old tube televisions, the front is much heavier than the back.
Amaya was rushed to the hospital, but her mother knew she was already gone. She wasn't moving and barely had a pulse.
It's like a catch-22. You don't want them to go, but at the same time you don't. It's like the worst feeling in the world to see your child suffer, even if it means going on without them,
Danielle never came back to the apartment where it happened. Her family packed up her stuff and moved it from this apartment in Eastwood to a place in Liverpool. She moved in a week after the accident. At the hospital, machines were the only thing keeping Amaya alive. When the machines finally fell silent, her mother was there, clinging to her last moments with her little girl.
I didn't want to leave. God, I wanted to stay there forever. Just running my fingers through her hair and rubbing her hand and her arm, kissing her forehead. Because it's hard to think that that's the last time you're ever gonna get to hold them.
For the people who don't know the situation, who judged it and say that you were negligent, what do you say to those people?
Anybody that comes at me at that angle, I just say, I'm sorry you feel that way, and I hope you never have to go through what we go through. But if you have children, please look this up. You know what I mean? Like, please don't try to point fingers. That's not doing anything. That's not helping anybody. Learn from it.
And while Danielle lives with heartache every single day, she's turning her grief into action, hoping to prevent other parents from losing the one thing that matters most.
You're so good, baby.